My beliefs are based in,
Yeah,
you know, no wasting lives.
but when we talk about Christianity, what is that to
We can debate
confirm that it's
Christianity for
true?
sure.
Yeah,
We can definitely debate Christianity.
I agree with the viewpoint that you have on Christianity, but what makes it true? What confirms it to be true? I think everything in Christianity is just
Well,
likely.
of course, there can always be a Christian who falters short and, you know, may lie. But generally, if you're living by a Christian, ideology and definitely by a Christian lifestyle, you're most likely not going to lie very often. And I don't
What's
think
going to
this
be
would
the
be the
evidence
case
for
where
that?
I would
Wouldn't
lie
the
because
devil tempt you a
whoa,
lot?
whoa, hold, let
Wouldn't
me
the
finish. Let me
devil
finish.
tempt you a lot?
I don't have any reason to lie about you because I don't have any. I'm very indifferent. If anything, I have a sort of liking for you because
That it doesn't. Another thing doesn't sustain
Just
it.
cried.
That's all the premise wanted to say. Either another thing sustains it or it doesn't.
Okay, yeah. This is just another repetition. I already told you.
Hold on.
Why is it
Wait, hold on.
necessarily
Look,
true? Can you stop? Can you stop and like
the law
interrupting
of
me? I just let you speak
excluded
the whole time. Can you stop
The
getting
law of
emotional and
excluded
just let
middle.
me? The live excluded
The
middle.
law of
The live
excluded
excluded
middle.
middle.
Move
I
on.
don't give a fuck. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga. This is very distinct from the live excluded middle.
What does the law of
Anyways,
excluded middle
so I
do?
was saying, are you gonna let me speak?
What is the law of excluded middle? Because you've been just talking the whole time, rambling.
X or not X? No in between.
When we say we can plug in X is subsist by another.
Yeah, but the difference is
Not,
when we speak about
not,
X or not X, we're talking about X either exists or doesn't exist. Not in a case like this where things either subsist by themselves or another. If I was to give you like a dichotomy and say either red or not red, like sure, that's a true dichotomy. But what about like when a thing doesn't even exist, meaning it's not a thing to begin with? Then you can't apply that true dichotomy because to begin with, there's no thing. As such, in the same way, if you talk about subsistence, you usually talk about an explanation behind it. What if I just said there's no explanation that we can simply give? Then you can't apply the true dichotomy because in the same sense where you had the law of excluded middle, when there's no thing, you can't apply the same law because there's no thing to apply to begin with. You can apply the same dichotomy because there's no explanation to begin with to apply it to. I'm asking you why that simply can't be a case. Can you fucking track? Niggas finna go on about his live
Also,
excluded middle
well,
again.
things
Like,
might
bro.
subsist through mutual dependence as well. So I don't even think that's a true dichotomy.
Yeah, like, this nigga's garbage.
you just didn't attack anything I said.
Alright, we can conclude.
The only thing he says like, why? What's the law of excluded middle? Like,
This nigga's so sad. We can conclude on P1.
What
We
I
can move
said
on to
was,
P2. Okay, composite things do not subsist by themselves. Explain what that means.
yeah. So a thing made of parts cannot sustain its own existence, right? Well, doesn't
You just repeated the premise. I just asked you to explain it.
listen. Yeah, that's why I'm going more in depth. You cut me off. So you want the justification to explain the terms what composite means.
Nigga, I just told you to explain the premise. It doesn't matter how you do it. Whether or not you justify the premise, I simply asked you to explain the
Okay.
content inside of
So
the premise.
okay. So when we talk about a composite thing is just something made of parts, and subsist is just to be sustained in existence. The context we're using then. So in this case, I'm saying composite thing cannot sustain its own existence, or a thing made of parts cannot sustain it. And the justification for that is the fact that all a composite thing is its parts unified. And if we say its parts is not unified, then it does not exist and it is not subsisting. Thus, it depends on its parts for its existence and subsistence.
Okay, well, there's only one part I would disagree with. For example, when you said that when something has parts and without its parts, it does not exist. Like, for example, I am a composite thing by your definition because I have parts. So my arms, my legs. If I had like no arms, right, I would be an armless person, but I would still exist. I would still be me. So that was like the only thing I disagree with. If that's what you're trying to say, then like, I mean, I don't necessarily agree. Like,
Well, no, we're talking about essential attributes, not accidental, right?
okay,
Obviously, you can
what is
have
an essential attribute?
an essential
Oh,
attribute is an
yeah.
attribute necessary for something to be itself. So, like we talk
Okay, so
about,
can you give a case of a composite thing having an essential attribute?
to give an example of what can make up like a we say humans are, if we take an Aristotelian account of humans, for example, we say humans are a rational animal. Without rationality, you wouldn't be human. That's all this argument's trying to say.
What about a brain dead human? Is he not human?
That's not relevant to the argument.
No, it is, because you just said if a human doesn't have rationality, it's not a human. But in the case of a brain dead person where he has no rationality, he's still a human, right? Because biologically speaking, that's still a human.
This to be true. This is an analogy. It's not.
Okay, yeah, so give an analogy that properly works, because that analogy is dog shit, nigga.
Anyways, I'm saying you don't have to grant the things in the analogy being true.
Okay, then I simply refuted your claim. If you're using that analogy to explain your proposition, if I refute the analogy, then the proposition is also likewise refuted. So can you give a properly like good and analogy that expresses what you're actually saying, rather than just giving an irrelevant analogy, and when I refute it, you go, that's not relevant to the argument.
This shit's so sad, bro.
Hello, my nigga, what happened? Dad called. He's gonna beat your ass for being a fucking retard for a bit. Nigga's a fucking autist, bro. Like, plays this nigga down to tier 5, but I'm not gonna lie. Nigga's so ass. Nigga said a human, but that rationality is not a human. Dad called. Let me go on my chat GPT real quick. Like, my nigga.
This is very fucking bad.
This shit is fucking sad, nigga.
Bro, he said that in our meta ethics debate, bro. I'm like, bro, you're presupposing rationality is like a necessary criterion to be considered a human, bro. He just begged the question.
Yeah, this nigga's a fucking retard, bro. Yeah, you back? You got your answer from ChatGPT, nigga? Go ahead.
My dad called, but anyways, what were you saying?
Okay, I said, what about in cases where you have brain dead humans? They don't have rationality. So by that logic, they wouldn't be humans, but we do still obtain that they are humans. So what would you have to say?
I'm not here to defend that, so I can grant that.
Okay, so can you give like a analogous analogy, because then the analogy you gave just got refuted, and
you know what
it's not analogous.
Is, dumbass?
I know what it is, nigga. You could, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I asked you for one case, right, in which you have a composite entity, and this composite entity has some essential attribute. And you gave me a case in Aristotelian metaphysics where you have a human, and if a human has no rationality, then he's not a human. And I said, okay, if that's really true, right, and you're not begging the question, and rationality is an essential attribute, then what about in cases where you have brain dead humans? Are they not humans? And you said, be right back, my dad called. So, what do you have to say to that?
Yeah, you're trying to tell me to prove whether composite things actually exist. We can get to that after, but it doesn't just prove this.
That's not what I'm saying. That's just not what I'm saying. That was a horrible blunder. So, what I asked you...
composite thing, right?
No, that's not what I said. I said, give me any case. Can you shut the fuck up? Thank you. I said, give me any case in which you have a composite entity that has an essential attribute. I'm not negating it. I'm asking for a case so I can see what you think an essential attribute is. So can you go ahead and tell me?
I just gave you an example. It doesn't have to be a true example.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. If that example is not true, then you're still not giving a case in which a composite entity has an essential attribute, and the burden is upon you. So you still haven't proved your burden, dumbass. Was that a stun lock, my nigga? Like, what the fuck?
It's not
probably, bro. It's not a stun lock.
Anyways, you're saying give a... Are you done?
Now you're stuttering,
Speak, nigga, damn. Spit it the fuck out. Damn, nigga, the fuck?
You keep cutting off. Like, you need keep cutting off for what?
Yeah, I'm definitely cutting off.
It doesn't have to be... Definitely. Anyways, it doesn't have to be something which is composite. That's not what we need from an argument to follow. I don't need to prove a concrete thing with a Can
you stop fucking stuttering, my nigga? Damn. No. Okay, no, but hold on. But then that would go against what you previously said, right? Because you said composite things do not subsist by themselves because they have parts. And in that analogy where I told you, but what about like my part, like of my arm? If I cut my arm off, I'm still me, though I don't have my arm, right? I'm still me and I still subsist, even though I don't have this part. So it wouldn't be completely correct to say without their parts, they cannot subsist. That's all I said. Then you said, we're talking about essential attributes. So I asked you what an essential attribute would be for a contention thing or a composite thing. And you literally just fucking gave me a dog shit ass analogy, which I refuted in 2 seconds and said it's not true. So can you give me like a proper analogy so I can understand your dog shit ass argument or not?
I mean, an analogy. I did give you a proper analogy because an analogy is just comparing two situations with some shared principle or the shared.
Are you autistic, nigga? Oh my god, there's a distinction of the type of analogy you would give here. In here, you wouldn't give an analogy as in like some form of like example of its logical sequence. That's not what you're doing. In here, I'm asking for a case in which you have a composite entity. At the same time, while it's composite, it has an essential attribute. I'm not asking for like some form of logical sequence that you would have usually when you give analogies. They're distinct. I'm asking for a case. Goddamn, nigga.
Hey, yo, why that nigga
Not
want to keep
relevant.
spitting?
Nigga getting his ass beat.
Hey, yo, Tron,
That
this
is
the nigga
not
that you
relevant.
amp, bro. Amp me too, bro. Damn, that nigga
What's
smart.
good, bro? What you doing, Moon? You see
Hey,
how
hey,
whyfun
hey,
getting his
hey,
ass beat and shit, nigga? You
hey,
want some
wait,
My
who
answers?
phone
why fun
fucking
debating?
ass,
Who
bro.
why fun debating, bro?
Me, nigga,
What?
me.
Bro, amp me, bro. You sound smart as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna
They
lie,
going.
give me that, bro.
Oh, hold on, let me finish whipping whyfun real quick. Continue.
Oh yeah, my fault, my fault.
Yeah, this is all your thing. We can just end it here because your arguments are ass.
Okay, so you want to just fucking concede because you can't refute the premise? I got it.
No, I'm
Save the
saying, I'm
recording.
saying I'm
What's up,
done.
hoes?
Save the recording. You fucking suck. Don't ever talk shit about Tron again, nigga. You're fucking dog shit. The fuck? Nigga said, if you
Wait.
stop
This dude
stuttering,
was
nigga.
not
Like,
talking
speak
shit.
properly, you lame ass
This dude
bitch.
was not talking shit. No fucking way.
No, he was the Clorox. He was, nigga.
Tier 4 whyfun talking shit. Ain't no fucking way.
He was talking shit about Tron and this
That
nigga
is
can't form a fucking
I
sentence,
don't know.
bro. Like,
Somebody
shut
brought
your
my
bitch
invite
ass
to
up,
that
nigga.
nigga.
Bro, I don't know why whyfun was talking shit about me, bro. I'm chill, bro. I don't even like. I don't have issues with this nigga, bro. Nigga just he got raped by Free.
Sure.
So
Ain't no
I'm
way,
glad you
bro.
agree, bro. Like shit.
That shit was horrible.
Bro, I remember when wait, didn't they debate like a while ago?
Yeah,
He
we
lost a while
did.
ago, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
bro,
We
I was
lost every
there, bro. I
time,
was
bro.
playing Minecraft with killers, bro. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
he
here,
my
Tron.
stepper, man. He my Indian stepper, nigga.
Yo, who the fuck laugh like that?
Nigga left, bro. You
Man,
got bitch,
And nigga,
bro. You a
whyfun was on
fucking
Chat
loser,
GPT
bro.
this whole entire dialogue, bro.
Nigga
Nigga
was
talking
like,
to
"Be
his
right
dad,
back,
bro.
my dad called." Nigga obviously had to go to ChatGPT.
Nigga was on that shit. Yo, when you still on my shit, bro, we be reading this comp shit, bro.
you
Bro,
said
but
what?
Woon don't read, bro. He's a hoodlum, bro. He
Bro, I
don't
don't be
read.
reading that, bro. I tried reading that shit, bro. I was reading some big ass article, bro. That shit was too much, bro.
Don't be reading that
Yeah.
shit.
Bro, put that article into Chat GPT, have it clarify shit, nigga. That's how you lie, bro. It's like
Bro, I
super
was
meta.
low key doing that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was low key doing that. But then I just low key stopped, bro. I think I lost the mono. I was like, fuck this shit.
Oh no.
I ain't gonna lie, I
that
lost all
shit,
motivation
shit
after I lost.
crazy, nigga.
Bro, me tweet. Can you turn off your fucking camera, bro, so I can fucking.
This nigga be
I
too
know, thank
funny
you,
as
bro.
fuck.
Thank you. The nigga me tweet, bro. And thank you, bro. All right,
How do I
I
beat
think.
Free, please, bro? You're fuck, my nigga.
What the fuck? What the fuck, Chris?
But
Bro,
hey, make that thumbnail. Make that thumbnail. Make that the
all
thumbnail. How
right,
do I
Sage,
beat free?
you're gonna have to upload that shit, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, bro. Bro.
Bro, we won't join my server, bro. Wife one is crying. Bro, I feel bad for this nigga, bro.
I don't give a fuck about that nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck about that nigga, bro.
Bro, that's why you don't talk
Bro,
shit, bro.
bro,
See,
yeah, that's
Tron.
what I said.
See,
If niggas is out the way and niggas would be
look,
Bro,
notice how I always
he
got
was
y'all niggas.
talking shit
I hope
about me,
y'all know
bro.
how it feels, bro.
Notice how I always got y'all niggas back, bro. Bro, it's cause I'm cool with everybody in the comments, so I can. When somebody talking shit, I can hit back.
Bro, bro.
I don't know
Wait,
why
who's
you're shit
debating?
talking me, bro. That nigga got raped in the butthole, bro. Fucking
Oh, ain't no way this nigga lost